GM, everyone. This is Dr. Joss. I'm here at COP28, which, if you don't know, this is the world's largest event on climate change, sustainability, regenerative, and I'm looking forward to it. So great to see you all.
Thank you, Joe.
Right, on Crypto Mondays.
Came to our meetup one morning and said, holy, I found a white paper that talks about money. And you can just fork the code and you can make your own money. And we're like, okay, that sounds interesting. So we looked at it, we thought maybe doing a community coin or something, but it was very technical, and Bitcoin is still very technical. So the community said, guys, it's too much for us. We don't understand it, we don't know where to trade it, we don't understand what this thing is. We like it, but it's just too much. And that's how I got into it. And then in 2015, I saw a Bitcoin ATM. The second Bitcoin ATM in Romania was set up outside of the Czech pub, beer pub, where my brother and I used to go and have a beer. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is it. I have to get actively in it and not miss out. And that was it.
In Bucharest?
Yeah, and I never left.
Okay, no, you can hold it. Yeah,
okay.
You interview me. And so, you know what? That's really cool. I did the kickoff of Crypto Mondays Bucharest earlier this year. And we had it in a palace, and I had the head of Binance there, and also the head of emerging technologies over there in Bucharest. There's a wonderful community of enthusiasts there. We had they have amazing monthly events in Bucharest. So shout out to Bucharest, Crypto Mondays, Sergio, and all the people and team there. And also shout out, you said you live in Malta. One of my favorite places, as everybody knows, Malta.
I need to add, we met in Bucharest. We were invited by the blockchain.
We met at the first Romania Blockchain Summit at the Parliament House in 2019, and we were both speakers. And our friend Jürgen, who organized this event here at COP28, he was the one who introduced us remotely. It's like, you girls need to connect.
And that's it. The rest, as you can tell, is history.
And then the rest is history, right? Well, we're making history as we go. And also, just before we go to the next question, shout out, you said you were in Malta, shout out to Hard Rock Rick. Shout out to our friends at Crypto Hub Malta, Ferris, Sabina, and all the different people over there in Malta. We love you. And also we love everybody in Bucharest and in Romania. Those are some two hot spots. I mean, right now, I'd say like Malta's kind of on a back burner of crypto, and Dubai, where we're at right now, is like the hot spot. But Bucharest is coming up, and then there's a lot of other things coming up. Now, you guys, how did you tell us about what the project you're working on together? Because I know that both of you, like everybody else in Web3, has multiple projects, multiple things that they do. But tell us first about what the project is that you're working on, and tell us what you're trying to do to save the planet. Boom. Go ahead. Anybody can start.
We have joined forces. I incorporated clean tech in 2019, and I have my microphone. I'm absolutely mic'd. So in 2019, I incorporated clean tech 360 in Malta, and Roxana has been my absolute right hand from day one as an advisor, and now she committed to become a CTO, because obviously I need absolutely everything about her skill set, and I'm still learning. However, what we focus on is servicing the sustainability industry, and specifically working with founders and sustainability clean tech founders to get them investor ready. Because what we're finding repeatedly, there's a gap in the market where you have great innovators with great tech and great teams. However, when they need to get funding, they're not investor ready. They obviously, there's quite a lot of skill set required. So because I was on the buy side and on the investment side, I know what the investors are looking for. We get them, helping them with human capital, financial capital, and with, unfortunately, risk. I know it's not a sexy word, but it's really important to mitigate everything up front, so then the scaling doesn't become an issue.
And to add to that, because this is an important aspect, we will not be working with tokens, with companies that issue tokens. However, we will be chain agnostic in the sense of working with foundations, corporations, enterprise, and public chains that are open, and want to integrate sustainability and want to support startups and companies building on top of their technologies with a sustainability angle. And we will also go into Bitcoin mining because we think that is one of the areas, and I'm personally, I'm quite attached to it, but it's one of the areas where we've always had the narrative that Bitcoin is bad for environment. And now there are reports coming from KPMG and accredited resources saying that Bitcoin might not be that bad for environment. It might actually be good because you can obviously capitalize and use a way to manage waste and manage resources and redistribute resources. So for us, it's very exciting to see this shift in narrative after so many years, and it's just getting started.
Okay, yeah, just getting started. I'll
To
take
back
that.
that up again, because ACCA, the accounting body I belong to, published an article a year ago which explains my journey from fish and chips to boardroom, and on which actually I already stated the same thing. This is before the article, because I just said, okay, let's calculate the cost, the energy cost of all the ATMs that banks use locally. So
Okay.
we really need to proportionalize things, so we need to address all the elephants in the room.
Okay. Well, and yeah, I mean, Bitcoin isn't made on paper like U.S. dollars or currency or typical currency.
Is going to say AI is bad, right?
Yeah.
There's a new narrative that in order to there's a shortage in water because of the requirements to cool down servers in data centers where you have lots of data sharing and where you run the LLMs, etc. So they're going to attack now AI, but we already understood that early on. So for us, we actually have quite a few partners that provide ESG reporting, that provide a lot of data, fresh and historical, that is going to help us really understand the bigger picture, make better decisions, and really improve the processes within the company and for our customers and partners.
Okay. All right, you hear that? Now we have some real professionals here. Amazing what you're trying to do. I want to ask you one follow-up question about what you're talking about to tokens, and then I want to ask you, the big question about female empowerment and women leadership in Web3. But let me ask you just about the tokens. Why don't you work with people with tokens?
I'll tell you, because I work with a crypto fund. It is just not sustainable. It is not a sustainable investment. It is a short term. Yeah, it's not a sustainable business model, because unless you have an actual protocol where you have the coin that facilitates gas fees and transactions and can be used, or you have a marketplace where that is used as a discount or unit of payment, a token doesn't really make sense, and it actually makes things difficult. The lifespan of a token is approximately 24 to 36 months. So you can imagine after that, a company slowly dies. So for us, it's just something that we don't find long-term in terms of attractiveness, in terms of business model, compatibility. Yeah, no risk appetite.
Okay. Well, you talked about that word risk. That wasn't so sexy, but I think risk is a sexy word, right? Because I like to take risks, right? Everybody knows that.
Risk is an opportunity.
That's right. Well, that's one of the things about Bitcoin. Like, take the risk on Bitcoin, or you can do it.
We did not say Bitcoin.
Okay, so Bitcoin's. But what if the token has a cute little dog on it? Then would you? No, cat,
We'll take it to the board
elephant,
and decide.
monkey.
No.
No monkey coins. No.
Okay, meme coins are cute, yeah. And there's a category of people that actually trade it all day. It's called professional traders. And that's what they do. And they do a great job, and they have an amazing risk appetite. We are talking here about investors at a level of maturity that is not involved with token trading, and that will probably run away if they hear token trading.
We'll stick to our mastery.
Okay, right. She worked for Vanguard, and we know they basically own everything. So, besides the other guys, what are they called? Blacklist? No, BlackRock. That's right. All right, so they're going to blacklist, and they're going to blacklist your tokens if it's some kind of meme coin or something that doesn't actually make sense. And they outlined why. All right, so don't come to their organization if you just have some token or some what they call shitcoin.
One more thing, a lot of the token businesses do not have a revenue generation model. and we only work with revenue-generating fund companies.
So they don't have to be EBITDA positive, but they need to be revenue generating.
Okay, so you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, that they need to be revenue generating and they need to have an actual business model. Imagine that, a crypto company with an actual business model. Let's do it, man. It looks like a great outfit, and obviously you have the access, being a keynote speaker, and I know that Roxana was also the MC of the entire technology stage yesterday.
And she did brilliant.
I'm sure. I'm going to watch that afterwards.
Read about her recap on CleanTech 360 page.
Yeah, okay. And and I EMC a lot of events, so I appreciate the scale as well. And I see we were both TEDx speakers. My TEDx was called Rise of the Digitized Public Intellectual. And it was I foresaw. Well, I believe in network neutrality. So before crypto, I was a proponent as a professor of network neutrality, open source academics, open source publications. So I was a big proponent of that. And when crypto came along, put the sunglasses back on, and now I'm a 40-year-old acting like a 20-year-old. But and sitting next to really cool 20-year-olds. No. So tell us about how it feels to be top 100 woman in the world in tech, and tell us about the role of women in Web3 and its importance. We know we have a lot of Crypto Mondays people that are regulars, like Lavinia Osborne. Shout out to everybody that's a female coordinator for Crypto Mondays, Jess Salama, Caitlin, Caitlin out in London, everybody else, of course, Lisbon. We have Marina and Irina. I was just there last week. Tell us about this whole role, how important this is, and your experience, especially you.
Exactly. No, that's Roxana.
I was very lucky because I am a geek, I am a dork, and I'm also a business person. So my interactions have always been fairly,
You have commercial acumen, because it's very difficult. You have fragmented specialties, and you have both.
But I had on average, in 9 to 10 interactions, there are great experiences. Because I could speak the language of the guys, and we could understand each other, and I never felt put in my place just because I'm a woman. But there are nuances. Obviously, you spot we've spotted nuances of that at COP28 at different events. So it's not something that I think the more you make out to be a victim, the worse it is. So I think it's important to say, look, I'm very comfortable in my own shoes. Yeah, if you want them, wear them. Not my problem. And just push, go out there, do events, talks, put your voice out there. Because the moment you become a leader in the space, they can't shut you up. And they actually look at you. So many times I got told, wow, you're actually a woman that knows what she's talking about. Well, of course, but thank you for validating that idea. I feel that, and I tell this to women all the time, don't go into a room looking for validation, because you're not gonna get it. Walk into a room confident, knowing what you're there to do, what's your mission, what's your vision, what's your calling. Go there and do it. And then at the end...
And be unapologetic about
it. Exactly. And at the end, just walk out, flip your hair, whatever you want to do. Just walk out proudly, step in proudly, because if you're waiting to have your hand held, nobody's going to do that for you.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's really inspiring, actually. I think, you see the leadership here in this group, and you see what they're trying to do. But before we close, I'd like to just ask you about some of the other projects that are working on as well, because there's another project that you're working on too, alongside this and alongside all your other duties. So this is another thing we know about women. They're really good at multitasking. Compared to me, I can't even do one thing at a time, much less multiple. So you have another project that you're working on. That's a intergenerational project. You want to mention that for a minute?
Yeah, well, just like Teuta, I sit on a lot of boards.
Yeah.
So that gives me access to a lot of opportunities. This was a project that I took over this year, and right now it's in stealth mode. Next year we will relaunch it and do it properly, but it's going to be an amazing opportunity. It will have a sustainability angle, which I'm very fond of, because it's digital fashion. So it will have a sustainability angle. I was actually invited at Goal's house at an event this weekend that talked about sustainability in digital fashion. This is a topic that my friends and I that are in augmented reality, mixed reality, VR, etc. We kind of ping pong with during drinks. Yeah, but it's going to be a bit different. It's going to support brands become more sustainable, support brands be very consumer focused, have a Web3 component.
Okay, amazing. So it looks like that there's a lot of different competencies, and that's why with what your organization does, you can pull in people from multiple different industries, multiple different backgrounds. They have to have that care and that love, that authentic interest in sustainability, in making things better, in changing the planet.
That is what unites us.
Yeah.
We all have different backgrounds. If you look at our board, it's very credible. Different ages, different genders, different capabilities. But specifically, if it's energy, we have an expert. If it's water, we have an expert. If it's healthcare, we have an expert. And this is why we will be able to work across industries, having that one common message. It needs to be people, planet, profit.
People, planet, profit. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. People, planet, and profit. Now, tell us if somebody wants to get in contact. So obviously, you're going to follow both of them on social media. They're going to tell you how, and it's also you're going to find it in the description, how to get a hold of them if you're interested in working with them, or if you want to follow all these different things like the stealth mode projects, particularly, or if you have a token, but if you have a token that has a cute cat on it, don't even come calling, because you're not going to get anything. Okay, unless you're a B Corp with a cat token.
I'm a B Corp.
Yeah, okay, right. Garfield token, you're welcome. The thing is that you're a 360 organization, hence the name. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to go for 360 tonight, but I really appreciate having you both on Crypto Mondays, and I hope to see you in real life at our events, and anything we can do to support you, just let us know. But really inspiring to have Roxana to
And do drop us a line if you're ever in Malta or London. We have some really cool members clubs in London, and I'm happy to host friends of Crypto Mondays.
Thank you.
All right, I'm on the next flight. All right, guys, and go to Crypto Mondays London. We love you. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks.
I was going to say something and I thought you may kill me. You know when you talked about multitasking?
You wanted to add?
No, I'm just telling you. You know when men say you can't, and any man can multitask if it's an orgy.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
geez.
it's funny because
I'm
this
gonna have
used
to
to
test
be
that
very,
theory.
because any time in the city they would come in and go, oh, I can't do this because I can't multitask. I'm like, yeah, you would if it's an orgy. So get out of my office.
You want me to
But
keep that on?
I kept it clean.
Well, that would
You
have
can
been
do the uncut version.
that would have been the best thing ever. What are you talking about?